Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to tonight's game from the Richland Gym with the Richland Rebels hosting the Campbell Camels. And this is our second game of 50 games to bring you throughout this basketball season. I'm Bill Hampton along with Tommy Jacobs. We also have our famous cameraman, Eric Kendricks, with us tonight, and also have April Moreland that'll be keeping the stats for us. So we're ready to go. We're high above center court here at Richland, and always a great place to view the game, Tommy.
Oh, it is. I tell you what, I like it here. We just saw a good B game.
Saw a wonderful B game. The Richland Rebels came from behind and defeated the Camel JV 43-34, and we're expecting a good ball game here tonight.
I think so. I think Camel's hot off that tournament down there in Holcomb, and I think they're ready to get back in action. And Richland always plays tough.
Richland plays tough. Let's talk about the Richland Rebels. They've got a new coach, Casey Knight, came over from the New Madrid school system, and he's now the head coach of the Richland Rebels. He's assisted by Steve Wyman. Camels name that's familiar with everybody in coaching ranks. Steve Fowler has coached at Campbell ever since he got out of college, and his assistant, Barry Beecham. And Camels played very well the other night in the third-place game against Holcomb.
Yes,
and they won third. They came away with some injuries there. Sam Bader turned his ankle very bad. He is an excellent ball player. He is muchly needed in this contest.
Yes, he is.
And he will not play as he's dressed out, but he's on the bench, is not even warming up. Talked to Coach Fowler prior to the game, and he said that he is bruised all the way up to his knee.
Oh,
and so he turned that ankle extremely turned it very hard, and right in the first 2 minutes of the game. Also, Jake Tennant went over someone's back and fell on his, I thought he landed on his hip, but he landed on an elbow first, and quite swollen, but he is going to go tonight, according to Coach Fowler. So Campbell is without one of their starters, and also talking with Coach Knight, he says Cameron Whitaker is banged up. Looks like he's got that knee all taped up, and a good chance he will not play or see any action. Put it this way, he's not in the starting lineup.
And he was a fine guard at Cameron Whitaker.
Yes.
He played real well last year. Campbell going to miss Sam Bader. Sam Bader's a fine player. Sam gets all these injuries behind him. He'll be in there doing his best. And Campbell will welcome him back.
Well, we want to tell you tonight's game is brought to you by C&F Auto Sales. They're located 2 miles south of Bertie. New Wave Communications, D&D Trucking right here in Essex. They're located at Highway 60 and FF. Also, Three Rivers Community College, JR Shoes in Malden and Poplar Bluff. Boomers Productions, Maldenite Productions, glad to bring you tonight's game. We hope that you enjoy it as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. And we will be replaying this game many, many times for your viewing pleasure. We are tape delayed, Tommy, and we have been asked when we're going to start live. We are working on equipment that will allow us to send things back to the studio. Again, you have to get a lot of permission. The schools have to give you permission. A lot of times they think it hurts their attendance if you're doing it live. But once we start doing it live, we will start taping those games, and we'll do it live and turn around and play it back for our viewers many, many times. So that will not happen this year, that we'll be going live. That possibly next year, New Wave Communications is working very well with us. And again, we hope to do things like that for you.
Well, that'll be great. You know, Channel 21, like you say, we sure enjoy bringing these games to people. We hear a lot of comments. And if we start being able to bring them to them live, I think it'll just be that much better.
Yeah. Well, Tommy, they've got pretty well a packed house here tonight. Campbell brought a lot of fans. Over on the student side, the Richland Rebels are packed in. Campbell brought a lot of fans tonight.
Sure did.
Over, and you're going to see a few empty seats right at center court on the spectator side. But on the player side, Richland Rebels fans have packed this thing in.
They sure have. These people up here support this school. That's great.
Well, and the Camels support their schools. It's and rightfully so. They've got a lot to be proud of. They've got a good athletic programs at both schools. Their beta clubs are very active, and got a new superintendent here at Richland, Mr. Caney, and he's from Jackson. Was a basketball coach up there, was very, very successful. He's now superintendent here. The principal is Brian Huckel, and that name may be familiar to all of our viewers, as he was the coach last year at Bloomfield. So he gave up the coaching ranks to be a principal here at Richland, and congratulations to him. And again, they've got a brand new head coach and an assistant coach at Richland with Casey Knight and also Steve Wyman. Now, Casey Knight played his ball at high school ball at Risco,
right,
and went on to college, and then coached over at New Madrid County Central, and was a junior varsity coach, assisted on the varsity squad. And he talked to him earlier, about 2 weeks ago, Tommy, when we came up to tell him about the games we wanted to do for them. And he said he's really, the guys are starting to buy into his program. And that's what it takes. When a coach comes in, he has a program he wants them to do. On the other hand, Steve Fowler has taken these young people that he has all the way through junior high. He coaches junior high. He coaches high school. He gets that program going the way he wants. They play a very tenacious defense. Everybody can handle the ball. They've got a little bit of height in Chris Hahn. Also, Cale Weeks comes off the bench with some height.
Yes,
Hahn is 6'4", Weeks is 6'3", big, strong young man,
He
and
sure
he's only a sophomore, and he's only going to get better.
Yes,
on the other hand, the Richland Rebels, they were very young last year, as you remember. And this year, right now, we're showing a freshman, Drew Thornton, will be getting a start for the Rebels. Now that is subject to change, but that's what we were told when we first got here tonight.
I tell you what, it's going to be a good game. I think each team's going to match up pretty well. Both teams play good defense in that B game, so I'm sure it's going to follow up in the A team. I know Campbell will be out there guarding them people. Campbell gets after you in that man-to-man a lot of times. Well, down in Holcomb the other night, they turned that defense up and took over that ball game, and that was a rough ball game. I can't believe that we didn't have more injuries the way that they let them play down there the other night. And not saying anything about the referees. They did a good job. But they did let the boys play, and they played hard, and it was fair both ways. But Campbell come out with a couple injuries, as we said. But I look for a good ball game tonight.
Well, it's going to be a great game, and I enjoy high school basketball.
Oh, I do too.
And you know, when we start picking the schedule out, it's how come you do this game, how come you do that game. We have 6 schools in our viewing area, those schools being Bloomfield, Richland, Dexter, Bernie, Malden, and Campbell.
Right.
And we try to not we try not to go overextend, one way or the other. Our records coming into tonight's game, Campbell's 3-1. They're lost to the Bernie Mules in the semifinals of the Holcomb Invitational Tournament. Richland comes into this game 1-0. So both teams winning records, and we're anxious to see high school basketball. The referees tonight, Nathan King and Bill Harris, and we're anxious to see this game. Nick Harris and Eric Foster, the captains for the Richland Rebels. For Campbell, it was Blake Neal, Jordan Baggett, and Jake Tennant, I believe.
Right, I think so.
And those 3 young men were the captains tonight. Tommy, you want to talk about the cheerleaders while we got a break?
Yeah, I tell you what, both squads have a nice looking cheerleading squad. They do a great job, and we'll introduce these girls. And for the Richland Rebels, we have Amanda Wheeler and Leah Wheeler. They are the captains. We have Crystal McBinge, Brittany Ellison, Haley Waters, Amy Jones, Natasha Lamrick, Leanne Mowry, Kendra Williamson, Kayla Evans, Taylor Dement, Marky Roberts, Heather Kendrick, Jennifer McBenz.
Tommy, we're getting ready for the national anthem. Then we'll let you introduce the Campbell cheerleaders. We've got a break right here, and we're trying to get everything synchronized. And looks like we've got a couple young ladies that are going to sing the national anthem. I'm sorry we do not have a name. We'll try to get a name. We'll try to get a name for you next Friday night if they sing this again. We're working on the sound. We'll try to get the microphone where we can hear the national anthem. Brittany Allen, a sophomore, will perform the national anthem.
Very good job. Very good job.
Beautiful job of national anthem. Sophomore Brittany Allen from right here at the Richland Schools. And a lot of interference with that young one that fell in the bleachers. I hope that young one's okay.
I do too. And let me mention that Jenna Wyman is the cheerleading sponsor for the Richland Rebel girls. And this the Camels cheerleaders.
Go ahead.
All right, it'll be Hannah O'Neill, Sarah Abernathy, Ashley Deacon, Heather Weidenbender, Brittany Grandstraff, Casey Adair, Chantel Blake, Kayla Lahan, Jamie Knoll, Emily O'Neill, Kayla Hahn, Dakota Edwards, Heaven Rankin, Amanda Lack, Megan Thompson, and Sarah Wilson, and the coach is Lori Wright.
Okay, the starting lineup for the Camels, Dustin Hayden, a 5'9 senior, number 21. Blake Neal, number 31, a 5'10 senior. Jordan Baggett, number 32, a 5'10 junior. Jake Tennant, a 5'11 junior, number 33. And Chris Hahn, a 6'4 senior, number 50. For the Richland Rebels, number 30 was Tommy Stafford. He's a senior. At number 22, Drew Thornton, a freshman. Number 32 is Eric Foster. He is a senior. Number 21, Justin Daubert. He is a junior. And number 14, Nick Harris. He's a junior. Harris started all games last year as a sophomore, and as well as some of these other guys. But I remember Nick Harris because he played point guard and did very well. They had a lot of pressure put up on him.
Sure did.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's game. We're just tickled to death to bring it to you. I'm Bill Hampton, Tommy Jacobs alongside, also Eric Hendricks on the camera, and keeping stats for us tonight, April Moreland. So we're glad to be here with you all. Sit back and enjoy high school basketball on Channel 21, New Wave Cable, your hometown channel for Bloomfield, Dexter, Essex, Bernie, Malden, and Campbell. Soon we will be expanding to other towns in southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas. Tommy, I'm ready for basketball.
I'm ready to go. They're fixing to throw it up, and we're fixing to get after it.
Chris Hahn tips back in the backcourt to Jake Tennant. Tennant over to Blake Neal. Neal with the basketball. Drives in, gives the ball in to Hahn. Hahn does a nice spin move, puts it up and in.
Very good spin.
Very good spin move. Good pass in. We got a turnover that time as Harris tried to hit
Foster.
Yeah, Foster going down the sideline. I had to take a breath there for just a minute, and he walked with the ball.
He sure did.
Neal for Campbell with the ball. Campbell up 2-0, 7:40 to go in the first quarter, just underway. Neal loses handle on the ball, picks it up, gives it to Dustin Hayden. We've got a foul on the floor. Foul is going to be on number 21, Dustin Daubert. First foul on Daubert, first foul of the game. Neal with the basketball, behind his back. Oh, nice pass in, but couldn't handle it that time. Was Jordan Baggett. Richland takes the ball away. Harris with the basketball across the timeline. Gives down in the corner. Pass. Nice move that time. What a move.
It sure was.
By Tommy Stafford. Ties this game up 2-2. Nice inlet pass that time. Tennant with the basketball. Gives to Hayden. Hayden tries to drive, does a spin move. We got a walking call. 6:55 to go in the first quarter. 2-2, just underway. Richland Rebels, Camels. Richland with the basketball. Daubert has it. Gives back to Foster. Campbell in a 2-2-1 zone. Three-quarter press. Daubert with the ball. Loses the handle, gets it back. Gives the ball to Stafford. Stafford inside to nice pass in that time to Drew Thornton. Thornton's fouled. Foul that time is on. Looks like Jordan Baggett.
Jordan Baggett, I believe.
That's his first. Going to the line to shoot two for the Richland Rebels is Drew Thornton. First one up, no good. 6:40 to go in the first quarter. Score still tied, 2-2. Second shot up and scores it. Thornton with 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Now, Richland Rebels in a full court press.
Nice break.
Nice break.
Sure was.
Who scored at that time, Tommy?
Baggett.
Baggett?
Uh-huh.
Nice job.
Campbell handled press good that time.
Yes, they did. And I want to tell you, you'll see Campbell, they handle a press
sure
very
do.
well.
Sure do.
I mean, they press and they handle a press good. We got a foul on the floor. Foul is on Dustin Hayden, his first. Taking the ball out of the bounds for the Richland Rebels is Eric Foster. He throws out front to Dalbert. Dalbert gives to Harris. Campbell in a 2-3 zone. Ball on the wing over to Dalbert. Back to Foster. Foster looking around. Back to Dalbert. Dalbert dribbles. Picks his dribble up. Looks down in the corner to Foster. Back to Dalbert. Tries to go inside and does, and the ball kicked out of bounds. Ball passed into Drew Thornton, and he tried to hit on the wing that time. Tommy Stafford, the ball kicked out of bounds by the Camels. Foster will inbounds for the Rebels. Ball thrown on the wing to Harris. A nice jump shot. No good. Falls short. Foster with a rebound. Puts it up. No good. Rebound that time by Dustin Hayden of the Camels. Camels moving the ball down the floor. Baggett has the ball. Nice pass to Chris Hahn. He goes in and he's fouled.
Yeah. It's a nice pass for Baggett.
We've got a goaltending call. That's what they called it. We've got a timeout on the floor. And Campbell is on top. 6-3. And with timeout on the floor, we want to tell you that tonight's game being brought to you by CNF Auto Sales. CNF Auto Sales will finance your auto purchase. CNF Auto Sales accepts Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. No credit, no problem. CNF Auto does Missouri inspections. They visit the service department where Tommy Wonder is the service manager. CNF Auto is located 2 miles south of Bernie on Highway 25. Call Roger Fowler today at 293-4846 at CNF Auto Sales, where you will find your next car or truck.
I believe Hahn got credit for that last basket, didn't he?
Yes.
Campbell's back to pressure off the half court.
Yep. 2-2-1 half-court press. I tell you what, Tommy, when you do that, change it up. It really changes the strategy. Dalbert with the basketball to Foster. Foster drives in, puts it up, off the rim. Ball tipped up that time by Stafford and rebounded by Chris Hahn. Richland had her chances.
Sure did.
Tennant with the basketball, gives to Hayden. Hayden drives along the lane, gives to Hahn. Hahn loses a handle on it. Ball picked off there by Thornton of the Rebels. Rebels are going to run a little bit. Harris moving the ball down the floor. Holds it up now. Campbell's going to get set up in their defense. Looks like Campbell's in a man-to-man right now. Nope, they're going back to the 1-3-1 zone is what they're in, Tommy.
Yeah.
Now they're going to a 2-3 zone. Put it this way, if they're messing up Richland as bad as they're messing up me, calling what type of defense they're in. Harris puts up a 12-footer, no good. Rebound, fault far. Hahn comes down with it. Gives the ball to Dustin Hayden. Hayden leading the quarterbacking for the Camels tonight. He gives the ball to Tennant. Tennant to Hahn. Hahn tries to drive, loses a handle on it. Ball picked up by Baggett. Gives the ball into Neal. Neal into Hahn, puts it up and in. Chris Hahn with 6 points, the 8 for Campbell. It's 8-3. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Campbell on top of the Rebels, 8-3. Harris to Foster to Dalbert. Dalbert on the wing being pressured. He looks for someone to throw to, and we've got a jump ball. Alternate possession will stay with the Richland Rebels. Coming into the game for the Camels is Joe Page. Going out is Chris Hahn and Dustin Hayden. Also in for the Camels is Casey Wright. Harris with the basketball. Over to Foster. Down to Stafford. He drives. Puts it up. No good. Rebound fought far. Campbell comes away with it. Wright loses the ball out of bounds, but good hustle. Good hustle that time. Both guys after that ball, Foster and Wright. And got to say, good effort both ways there.
You bet it was.
Harris with the basketball, gives it to Foster. Foster over to Stafford, and or over to Miller. Miller into the game. Miller tries to work the baseline, back out to Foster. Stafford has the ball knocked out of bounds. Ball will stay with the Richland Rebels. Inbounding will be Foster. Oh, ball, nice pass in, a good play, just couldn't get it down. What a nice rebound, puts it up and in as the freshman Drew Thornton. Great rebound and put that thing up.
Sure
Buddy, he went up with authority.
He'll
go to the line to try to finish with the three-point conventional play. Richland needed that basket with 3:25 to go in the first quarter, trailing 8-5 now. Chris Hahn coming in for the Camels. Jordan Baggett coming out of the game. Hahn's he's had his hand on the ball every time on offense, hasn't he?
Campbell's worked it in too, and he's handled it in there.
Yep. Completes the three-point play. Drew Thornton with 4 points, right with the basketball for the Camels. He drives down, is going to go in, puts it up, ball's blocked, and out of bounds off of the Camels, and Richland will take possession. Trailing in this game 8-6. We're almost blocked by the practice goes and the sideboards there, so we may hem haul around about the score every now and then. Harris with the basketball. Over to Miller. Back to Harris. Thornton that time lost the handle on it. Campbell really got aggressive there in the middle. Oh, nice pass in.
Nice pass.
Nice pass in to Joe Page that time. Page with his first two. Campbell 10. Richland 6 with 2:40 to go in this first quarter of high school basketball from the Richland gym. Miller with the basketball on the wing. Gets back out to Foster. And Harris has the ball tied up. He and Wright.
Casey Wright's a pretty scrappy little player. He's all over the court. He's playing good.
He's been involved, hasn't he?
Sure has.
Yep. Campbell will take possession on the alternate possession of the jump ball. Still missed the jump ball, Tommy.
Yeah.
They say it speeds the game up, but sometimes I wonder. But, again, I'm not in the rules. Blake Neal with the basketball for the Camels. 2:15 to go in this first quarter. He drives the baseline, or the lane, gives the ball to Casey Wright, back to Neal. Neal drives in, gives the ball to Hahn. Hahn loses the handle on it. Jake Denon is fouled. Foul that time on. Tom, did you see who the foul was on? Was that Miller?
I think it was 20. Yeah, Miller.
Okay, Landon Miller. Denon with the basketball for the Camels, loses it, and Page saves it from going out of bounds. Good hustle there.
Very good hustle.
Campbell puts up a shot. It goes off the rim. Harris with the basketball, drives in, puts up a layup, scores it.
Scores it. Very good.
Nick Harris, first two.
Neal bringing the ball down, calling out the play. Kicks it over to Denon. Denon looks underneath, can't find anybody. Brings it back out. Cross court over to Wright. Wright into Denon, throws the ball away. It goes out of bounds, back to the Camels.
Boy, they're looking for Hahn tonight, aren't they?
Sure are.
They really are.
Wright kicks the ball in. Hayden puts up a shot, blocked. We got a foul. I'll call a foul on Campbell. Good to see who they got the foul on. 44, Campbell. Richland will be kicking the ball in.
Foul was on Joe Page that time, 44. His first.
Good pass.
Oh, look at that.
Very good. Oh, I thought he had that blocked.
Good block that time, but called for a foul in the hip that time was Chris Hahn. That's his first foul. We're having a little technical problem over here with our TV that we're watching, and okay, TV is burned up, so that's no good. We won't worry about the TV, okay? We'll go home and watch it on TV.
There you go, that's right.
Tommy Stafford with a free throw. His second one up. Scores it.
Hit them both.
We've got a tie game with 55 seconds to go. Campbell with the basketball. He stepped out of bounds that time. Was Jake Tennant. Stepped on the sideline. He was running and going to go hard.
Yeah, he was. He sure was.
54 seconds to go in this first quarter. 10-10. Both teams feeling each other out.
Sure, Campbell's went into that man-to-man now.
Campbell's in a man-to-man. He got Chris Hahn way out on the wing. Ball passed inside and put up by Tommy Stafford, and he's fouled.
Number 44.
Joe Page picks up his second foul. Going to line to shoot 2 for the Rebels will be Tommy Stafford. Stafford 2 for 2 from the line in the first quarter. Next one up is good. 5 points for him. Into the game is Cale Weeks. And coming out is Joe Page. Richland on top for the first time in the game, 11-10. Second shot by Stafford's coming. Puts it up, scores it. 6 points thus far, first quarter for Stafford. Oh, great leaping ability that time.
Well, that
by Drew
freshman get in the
Thornton.
air now.
Yeah.
He sure can.
Well, he looks good, doesn't
Yes, he does.
Plays with a lot of confidence. Tennant inbound for the Camels. Throws to Wright. Wright has the ball down in the corner to Weeks. We've got a foul that time on number 20, who is Landon Miller. That's his second foul. Third foul on the Richland Rebels in a quarter. Coming in is Justin Dalbert. Coming out is Landon Miller. 37 seconds to go. Richland on top, 12-10. Tennant with the basketball. Passes over to Hayden. Hayden for 3. Puts it up. No good. Rebound by Hahn. Hahn goes right back up with it. Scores it. And
Hahn
there's a
takes
foul.
that ball to the hole. He gets up there and takes it back up.
Chris Hahn is 8 points already in this game, all in the first quarter. And he's going to line to see if he can make it 9. Foul that time on Tommy Stafford. His first foul of the evening. Fourth foul on the Rebels. Campbell have 6 fouls. Free throw up. No good. Rebound that time by Stafford. Stafford gives the ball to Harris. 20 seconds to go in this opening period from the Richland gym. Campbell in a man-to-man. Gives the ball to Stafford. Stafford to Dolbert. Dolbert over to Harris. We're down to 8 seconds. Harris is going to shoot a jump shot. No good. Rebound that time by Hayden. Hayden down the floor. 3 seconds. 2 seconds to Wright. Back to Hayden. It'll go if it counts.
Got it off. Oh.
Hit a count if it goes.
Sure
It'll go
will,
if it counts.
You bet.
Hayden put up a three-pointer at
Sure
the end of the first quarter. We had the game all knotted up, 12 apiece between Richland and the Camels. Well, we want to tell you this game being brought to you by New Wave Communications. High definition service. We'll give you $50 here at New Wave. We think you've been extra good this year, and that's why we're going to give you a little something extra this holiday season. $50 when you sign up for HD TV service from your neighbors at New Wave, and you can call toll-free at 800-8-NEW-WAVE. That's New Wave Communications, or New Wave Communications, helping you with all your cable and also your internet and also, Tommy, your telephone service.
Yeah, that's right. We had a good first quarter of basketball, Bill.
Good first quarter of basketball. The scoring goes like this. For the Camels, Chris Hahn had 8, Joe Page 2, John Baggett 2. For the Richland Rebels, Nick Harris had 2, Drew Thornton had 4, Tommy Stafford had 6, and so that should be 12 apiece for both teams. Well, just what we thought. Be a close game.
That's right. Cale Weeks, a big young man.
Yes, he
nice
is.
looking athlete.
Inbounding for the Richland Rebels will be Foster. He gives the ball to Harris. Campbell in a man-to-man. Harris with the basketball. A lot of experience last year with a lot of pressure.
Yeah,
Dalbert with the ball. Looking for Thornton. Couldn't find him. Gives the ball to Stafford. Stafford out the top of the key. Gives the ball to Harris. Harris going to drive. Goes in, puts up a shot. We've got a charging foul on Nick Harris. That's his first foul. Chris Hahn, good defense that time. Just stood still.
Charge.
Let him come right in. looking for something to wipe the sweat up off the floor so the guys don't slip. Just underway in the second quarter from the Richland gym. And Tommy, it's starting not only to warm up on the floor, but the heat's starting to come up here in where we're broadcasting from. It was nice and cool just a little bit ago.
It's heating up all over.
Right to inbound for the Camels, gives to Hayden. Hayden trying to hit Weeks, go on the fly. Weeks puts it up, no good. Rebound that time by Thornton of the Rebels. Gives the ball to Dalbert. Dalbert with his left hand. Comes across the timeline, gives the ball to Harris. Back to Dalbert. Dalbert drives. They've got to have a turnover on carrying the ball. Justin Dalbert, a senior for the Rebels. Coming back into the game for the Camels is Blake Neal. Coming out is Casey Wright.
Casey Wright gave him some good minutes.
Yes, he did. Game still tied, 12-12, second quarter, 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this first half. Weeks going to try to set a screen. Blake Neal puts up a jump shot from the corner, no good. Hahn with the rebound. Boy, he's had a big game.
Sure has.
He has had a big game. He's got 10 already, and we're just underway in the second period. Boy, his height and his physical ability is really showing off here.
Sure is.
Harris has the ball taken away, and we've got ball kicked. It's going to be turned over to the Camels. Inbounding for the Camels is Baggett. He gives the ball to Neal. Richland's in a man-to-man defense. Dustin Hayden drives and puts up a shot, but we've got a foul on number 32, Eric Foster. That's his first. Foul occurred on the floor before the shot, so Campbell will inbound the ball. Coming in for the Camels is Nick Hayes. Going out is Chris Hahn.
Chris Hahn deserves a break.
Yes, he does. What a nice quick pass that time by Jordan Baggett trying to hit Weeks, and the ball off Weeks' hands under the bucket. Boy, he was trying to catch Richland sleeping. Thornton with the ball to Harris. Harris to Dalbert. Harris has the ball back. Tries to get across the timeline, and Cale Weeks slaps the ball out of bounds for the Camels. Controlling at midcourt will be the Rebels. Foster will inbound to Harris. Campbell back into a half-court zone.
Stole the ball.
Yep, Blake Neal has the basketball. Baggett back to Neal. Neal drives in, kicks underneath to Harris. Harris in the lane, tries to find Weeks. Weeks loses the handle on it, gets it back, and we've got a foul on Justin Dalbert, his second foul. Campbell will go to the line to shoot Campbell's in the bonus now, 1+1. Going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Cale Weeks. Jake Tennant will be coming in for Weeks if he can make these free throws. First one up, good.
Nice shot.
Weeks has earned the bonus. His first points of the night. 15-12, Campbell on top. Second shot up, no good. Rebounded that time by Thornton. Thornton has the ball tied up that time by Nick Hayes. Good defense on Nick Hayes.
Sure was.
Thornton just was not in a position to keep the ball away from him. On the alternate possession, the ball is turned back over to the Camels. Cale Weeks comes out. Coming in for the Camels was Justin Tennant, or Jake Tennant.
Jake Tennant, yeah.
Back with the basketball to Tennant. Tennant's going to drive. Picks the ball up at the free throw lane. Gives the ball in to Nick Hayes. Nick Hayes with a turnaround jump shot. Ball off the backboard as it tipped up and controlled by the Rebels as Eric Foster has the ball. Nick Harris being hounded by Dustin Hayden. Ball to Foster to Harris. Back to Foster. Foster looking inside for Thornton. He's got him. He's posted up against Hayes.
Yeah,
what a
good
nice
move.
Puts it up, and he's going to be fouled.
Fine move.
Foul that time. We'll have to wait and see who it's on. Jake Tennant with his first foul. Going to the line to shoot 2 for the Richland Rebels will be Drew Thornton. He's 2 for 3 from the line so far. The shot up, no good. Chris Hahn back in. Coming out is Dustin Hayden. Drew Thornton, a freshman. Good-looking freshman, too.
Sure is.
Second shot good. 15-13 with 5:21 to go. Very low-scoring game,
Sure
Tommy.
is. Sure is.
And it's not because of lack of effort. Both teams are just playing tough, tenacious defense,
Sure
really.
are. Both teams playing hard.
Blake Neal with the basketball. Getting a pick at the top of the key from Hayes. Goes down, puts up a jump shot, scores
Nice
it.
shot.
Yeah, it was a nice shot. Blake Neal with his first 2. Harris with the ball. Goes it to Stafford.
Campbell extended that press down three-quarter court that
Yes,
time.
they did. We got a foul on the floor. And going to be going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Foul is on Blake Neal, his first. Campbell's 7th. Going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 for the Richland Rebels will be Tommy Stafford. He is 4 for 4 in the first quarter. He'll get a 1 plus the bonus. Shot is up. No good. Rebound by Thornton, and he's going to be tied up that time by Nick Hayes. Ball on the alternate possession will go over to the Rebels. Eric Foster with the ball to Thornton. Thornton to Dalbert. Dalbert back to Thornton. Thornton tries to throw inside. The ball batted around and taken away by the Camels. Camels on the run. Back it across court to Neal. Neal puts up a 2-pointer. Nice shot.
Sure was.
Good
nice
ball
shot.
movement that time. Foster with the ball to Thornton. Thornton down to Stafford. Stafford, a nice drive.
shot.
Tommy Stafford, his first 2 of the second quarter. He has 8 on the night for the Rebels. Nick Hayes with the basketball. Looking for someone to throw to. Gives to Chris Hahn. Chris Hahn going to move inside. Puts it up. Good move. I'll tell you what, he has filled it up
he
tonight.
Sure is now.
He's got 12 right now, the 21 for the Camels. Harris to Stafford. Stafford tips the ball around. Campbell takes it away, and Blake Neal goes in for the layup. Scores it. Blake Neal, big quarter for him this quarter. He's got 6. Stafford finds Thornton. Thornton has the ball batted around, but Harris picks it up for the Rebels. Harris drives in, puts it up, and we've got a charge foul.
Campbell kicked that defense up,
They
Bill.
sure have. They've sped the game up.
Sure
I mean, it was very, very slow game, and now Camels wanting to move a little bit, and they've extended their lead with 3:37 to go in the second quarter, 23-15. Neal with the basketball for the Camels. Walking the ball across the timeline, going to get a pick at the top of the key. Tries to throw inside to Hahn, and we've got a foul that time on Eric Foster. His second foul, going the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Chris Hahn. Coming into the game for the Camels is going to be Eric Wright, replacing Jordan Baggett. Hahn is 0 for 1 from the line thus far tonight. Shot is up. No good. Rebound that time by Stafford. Gives the ball to Harris. We're down to 3:15 left in this first half. 23-15. Camels on top by 8. Dalbert to Stafford. We've got a foul on Jake Tennant that time. It's his second foul. Going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 for the Richland Rebels will be Tommy Stafford. He's 4 for 5 thus far in the game in the first half. Coming in for the Camels is Cale Weeks, and also Casey Wright's in the game, Nick Hayes, Dustin Hayden, and Blake Neal. For the Rebels, you got Harris, Thornton, Stafford, Foster, and Dolbert. Shots put up and good. He'll get the bonus now. 9 points in the first half.
He had a good half.
Had a good half. Tommy Stafford. Second one up. Just a little short. Ball rolls on the rim. Weeks with the rebound. Gives it to Hayden. Campbell quickly down the floor. 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. Gives the ball to Neal. Neal inside to Weeks. Has the ball taken away, but we got a pushing foul that time on Tommy Stafford. His second foul. Going to the line to shoot 2. They're in the double bonus now. Will be Cale Weeks. Weeks 1 for 2 from the line. Both his shots were in this second quarter. First one up, just a little short. Coming into the game for the Camels is Eugene Powers. Going out is Nick Hayes. Powers, a 6-foot junior. Weeks' second shot is up. Scores it. 24 to 16.
16, yeah.
Foster with the basketball. Gives over to Dolbert. Has the ball now. Almost take it away. Give it to Nick Harris. Nick Harris from 12. Scores it, and he's going to go to the line. Nick Harris with his second bucket of the night, and will go to the line to try to get the conventional three-point play. As a foul that time is on
Powers.
Eugene Powers, his first. Boy, that popcorn smells good.
That's what I was thinking.
And we can't have popcorn
no, we
yet.
can't.
Shot is no good. Rebounded that time by Powers. Gives the ball to Hayden. Over to Neal. Neal goes in, puts in a shot. In and out. Ball tipped around, and looky there. Powers finds it and puts it up and in.
Weeks stayed after that ball. Didn't
He
give
sure
up.
did. Kept the ball alive.
He sure did.
26-18. Campbell on top by 8. Dolbert with the basketball. We've got a foul. Foul on the Camels. Foul is on Cale Weeks. That's his first. Going to the line to shoot 2 for the Richland Rebels will be Justin Dolbert. First one up. No good. Tommy, it's a very quiet gym.
Yes, it is.
And this is a good ball game.
Yes, it is.
Second one good. 26-19. Campbell on top of the Rebels by 7. Right with the basketball. Puts up a 3. No good. Rebound that time, and we got a jump ball. Blake Neal and Nick Harris both going for the ball. Ball is turned over to, or the ball will stay with the Camels on the alternate possession. Casey Wright, the inbound for the Camels. Ball inbounded to Powers and take it away that time, and then take it away. What a nice takeaway by Stafford. And he was about to fall out of bounds and threw the ball back into Weeks. And then he was hammered in there. Looks like he's got a ankle that's going to be a little bit sore.
32.
Foul that time on
Foster.
Eric Foster. That's his third foul.
I thought that was 3 on
Yeah,
there.
it's 3 first half. 2:08 to go. They don't need to lose him.
No, they don't.
Cale Weeks to shoot 2. First one up. No good. Coming in for Foster will be Landon Miller. Miller's a junior. Weeks goes for his second shot. No good. Rebound that time by Miller just into the game. He gives the ball to Dolbert. Over to Harris. 2 minutes to go in this first half of play. Campbell leads Richland 26-19. Miller to Harris. To Stafford. Stafford looks back to Harris. Harris is going to drive, puts up a jump shot, and he's fouled that time by Dustin Hayden. Hayden, his second foul, going the line to shoot 2 will be Nick Harris. 0 for 1 from the line tonight. First one up, scores it. Chris Hahn comes back in for Cale Weeks for the Camels.
Weeks gives them some good minutes.
Yes, he does. And boy, he's a strong young man. Harris' second shot, good. 26-21. Richland cuts it to 5 with 1:40 to go in this first half. Richland in a 1-3-1 zone, Tommy.
Yeah.
See how Campbell will adjust to this. Gives the ball to Neal. He thought about 3,
sure
pulls
did.
it back out, gives it to Hayden. Hayden to Neal. Neal's going to put up 3. No good. The ball
stuck.
Ball sticks. Ball turned over to the Richland Rebels. I'll tell you, you'll see that every now and then, and the reason you see that is because of that breakaway rim.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you could try to do that all night long, couldn't do it.
Exactly
But then
right.
when you put up a shot like that, it happens. Miller inbounds to Harris. Campbell in the press, the zone press. Stafford with the ball, back to Harris. Harris is going to drive, passes inside to Thornton. What a nice pass.
Nice pass.
Well, that set that up perfect.
It sure did.
26-23 with 1:10 to go in the first half of play. Hayden with the basketball down to right inside to Hahn. That ball tipped around and out of bounds off of Miller of the Rebels. 1 minute exactly to go in this second period of play. 26-23. Camels on top of the Rebels. Right to inbound the ball for the Camels. Throws inside to Hahn. Hahn's had a big first half.
Puts
Boy,
it in.
very nice reverse that time by Chris Hahn.
Sure is.
He's got 14 already on the night. He's got half of Camel's points.
Sure has.
Harris with the basketball, being hounded by Hayden. Across the line, gives it Dalbert. Down to 40 seconds to go in the second period. Dalbert down in the corner to Thornton, taken away by Hahn. Hahn gives the ball up front to Blake Neal, and he put it up and missed it, and
tipped it back in.
He got it back in. Blake Neal did. Neal with 8 in the period. I look down to make sure. I always want to call him.
I do too.
Yeah, and again, I apologize to the young man. I should know by now. I called all last year. Blake Neal, a good basketball player for the Camels. Harris with the basketball over to Dalbert. Dalbert threw it away. So he tried to hit Miller in the corner. And with 6 seconds to go, Camels still got time to score, and they're up 30-23. Hayden with the basketball, no hurry, but now he sees the clock. He's going to put up a 3. No good as the horn goes off to end this first half of basketball. It's the Camels 30 and the Richland Rebels 23. Tommy, we want to tell everybody this game brought to you by D&D Trucking. It's located at Highway 60 and Double F, just north of Essex. Donnie and Tish Foster are the owners. D&D Trucking use end dumps and hopper bottom trailers. D&D Trucking specializes in grain fertilizer, lime, and rock hauling. Personalized, dependable, and reliable service. That's D&D Trucking in Essex. Call them at 573-283-5550. And D&D Trucking says happy holidays to each and every one. Again, we want to thank Donnie and Tish for bringing tonight's game. Also, we want to talk about Three Rivers Community College. We're going to take you back to the station.
For affordable college courses close to you, the right choice is Three Rivers Community College. TRCC offers classes at the Poplar Bluff campus and its centers in Sykeston, Kennett, Malden, Campbell, and Portageville. TRCC's low tuition can save you hundreds of dollars each semester, and you can use A+ and other scholarships. Make the right choice. Three Rivers Community College. Register on campus or at any of the centers. Call 1-877-TRY-TRCC or click on www.trcc.edu.
Well, we're at halftime. We've got the Little Dribblers from Richland for your entertainment, and we also have in the booth with us tonight Roger Fowler with CNF Auto Sales. And Roger, let's talk about your business here just a minute. You're located 2 miles south of Bernie on Highway 25.
Right there at County Road 690.
And tell us about how I can buy a car.
Well, I'll tell you what, we do a buy here, pay here plan on probably 90% of our vehicles. They can make their down payments with a credit card or cash down payment, and then we take the payments right there at the lot. On 90% of our cars, we charge 0% interest. Bad credit, no credit, no problem. We sell a lot of cars, even sell some cars up in this area, up around Essex and up and through here and up in Sikeston. And we do the Missouri inspections right there. We fix everything up for them right there. We service the vehicles. We work for the public. We have an extended drain oil that we use down there. It's some really good oil, 7,000 mile oil. We just got a good little service going on there, Bill, and a lot of people that that don't have the credit to go out and pick up a car can get in there and we can fix them up.
Well, Roger, it's always good to know that you can get a car inspection because you can't just get them everywhere, and they can just stop by anytime between 8 and 5, Monday through Friday, and Saturday. Are you open?
We're not open on Saturdays for the most part unless I'm home. It's right there at my house. But we can get those Missouri inspections for you. The place in Bernie, they're on and off sometimes with their inspections, and they've been sending people down to me. We've been doing a lot of inspections. We can get that taken care of for them right there. We can do the brake jobs for them, service jobs. We can do all of the light service jobs on the vehicles. And also, Bill, I'd like, if you don't mind, to mention my place over in Poplar Bluff as
Sure.
well. We've got Fowler's Auto Sales over there that's run by my son, Tony. And over there, we do the major work over there, engine exchanges. We just put a motor in for Norman Bradshaw, as a matter of fact, and his son's truck. We do the motor exchanges, transmission exchanges, all kinds of work there. Inspection station, same sales on cars, buy here, pay here, some bank financing. We're just out there to meet your car needs. And another thing I'd like to mention too, Bill, is when you do business with us, we support missions very strongly in our church in the Philippines. So when you're spending money with us, a great deal of that money is going right on into missions. We love supporting the work of the gospel and love trying to help people out to get their cars.
That's Roger Fowler with CNF Auto Sales. Also, they're in Bernie and Poplar Bluff. The Bernie location 2 miles south of Bernie on Highway 25. Where are you located in Poplar Bluff?
We're at 447 East Pine Street. 447 East Pine. That's just right beside the Money Miser there, going in past Riggs and down through there past Casey's, and we're right down there on the right.
Okay.
Formerly Adamson Auto Sales, and we've been over there for 2 years now. Things just going good for us.
Good. We appreciate you supporting the Camels and the high school basketball in particular. Your son is the coach at Campbell and does a tremendous job.
Well, thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. And we've got us a barn burner going here tonight.
We
like
got
it's
a
gonna
barn
go down to
burner.
the wire. It's
Well,
good to talk to you, Bill.
Good to talk to you. Come back and visit us anytime. That's Roger Fowler with CNF Auto Sales in Bernie and in Poplar Bluff. And again, he's a minister and has a Zion Church in Malden, and we appreciate him and his effort that he does to try to help people out. Tonight's game also brought to you by JR Shoes in Malden and Poplar Bluff. They have already started their pre-Christmas sale on their entire inventory, Tommy, of athletic shoes by Nike and New Balance. And I need some New Balance shoes. I tell you what, New Balance is my favorite.
Good
Also,
shoe.
that's right. All socks and impacts and Air Max, the 360, 180, and 290s are 20% off. JR's has a complete line of walking and running and basketball shoes in the latest styles and colors. Over 200 pairs of Nike closeouts from infants through adults. Assorted shocks included, now at half price. And that's JR Shoes in Malden and Poplar Bluff. That's JR Shoes, and we appreciate J.R. Eubanks and all the things that he does to support the youth of our area. Also, tonight's game brought to you by Boomers Productions. The next time your company needs a commercial, safety informational, or music video made, please contact Boomers Productions. Working with Malden Eye Productions, we can produce your next video requirement. We also bring you your local news and programming as seen on Channel 21 and the New Wave Communications Network. We're currently seen in Bernie, Bloomfield, Essex, Campbell, Dexter, and Malden, and looking forward to serving more towns in southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas. Boomers Productions in Channel 21, your hometown channel. Give us a call today at 281-2121, or if you're outside the Malden area, you can call toll-free at 877-566-2121. Visit our website at boomersproductions.com for our scheduling of our programs. And again, we are very happy to bring you 50 high school basketball games this year. Tommy Jacobs and myself, Bill Hampton, along with our new cameraman, Eric Kendricks. And we're just glad to have him on board. He does a great job for us. brings a lot of professionalism because he has studied this in school, and he wants to be a professional cameraman. He said he needed some experience. Boy, he'll get it with us.
Yes, he will.
In more ways than one.
That's right.
But we're going to be bringing Tommy. Let's talk about it now. All 26 games for the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament, and we're very excited about this. This is the 50th annual. We're going to have alongside of us two great coaches, two former MU players, and that is Terry Turlington and also Jim Hall. And Tommy Jacobs, myself, will have a guest in every now and then to help us out. So we just thank you so much, Bloomfield, for allowing us to do that, and we are excited about it. Also, we want to thank the Richland schools tonight for their hospitality. They just go all out. We've got a great seat here. The superintendent, Michael Keene, we really appreciate his efforts. Met him the other day. Also, Brian Huckel, who used to be the coach at Bloomfield. He's now the high school principal here at Richland, and also Casey Knight, the high school coach. We appreciate them and their support of giving us scores and allowing us to come here to bring you this game.
You bet. We saw a good first half of basketball, Bill. That's Chris Hahn really turned it on that first half.
Had a great first half. Hahn, let's break down the stats for you here. Hahn has 14 in the first half. He's 0 for 2 from the line, but he has 2-pointers. Joe Page had 2 points. Cale Weeks he was 2 for 4 from the line, so he has 2 points in the first half. Also, Jordan Baggett has 2 points, and Blake Neal had a big second quarter. He scored 8. So it's 10, 12, 14, 28 points. So I've missed 2 somewhere. Oh, here it is up here. Eugene Powers had 2. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave Eugene Powers out. Total of 30 points. And so Campbell scored 12 the first quarter, 18 the second quarter, total of 30 points. No wonder I kept smelling popcorn. Right here, our statistician, April Moreland, eating popcorn. Of course, we can't have that because it gets in our throat and we can't talk. Of course, a lot of people would like that, Tommy.
Yeah, there you go. They probably said get them a double bag.
Nick Harris had 6 in the first half. He had 2 field goals and 2 for 3 from the line. Justin Dalbert had 1 point. He was 1 for 2 from the line. Drew Thornton, the freshman, had 7 points, and he's 3 for 5 from the line. Also, Tommy Stafford had a big first half as he had 2 field goals, and he was 5 for 7 from the line. So he has 9 points. 9, 16, 17, 23, and that's what it is. I don't know how we figured that out.
There you go.
We're underway in the second half. Campbell's control the basketball to Hayden, to the top of the key to Neal, over to, Campbell's throwing the ball around a lot faster than I'm calling it. I'm trying to get the names correct. Hahn down in the corner with the ball. He's going to drive in. Boy, what a big night. He picks right up where he left off in the first half. He's got 16 on the evening. Good first half. Good move.
Yes, it was a good move.
Campbell in a half-court trap. Dalbert over to Foster, or to Harris. Ball taken away. Here comes Campbell down. Hayden's going to put up a layup. No good. Rebound by Hahn. He puts it up and in. Boy, he is just filling up. He is just having a good evening. 18 of the 34 points for Campbell. Thornton with the ball. Bounce passes it down inside to Miller. Miller gives it to Stafford. Stafford puts it up and in. And he'll go to the line to shoot the foul shot. Foul that time is going to be on. Is that 32,
32.
Tommy?
Jordan Baggett.
Jordan Baggett, his second foul. Stafford to shoot 1. We always appreciate our cameraman telling us he's jumping on the popcorn and munching on it. Ball rebounded that time by Hahn and quickly down the floor to the Camels and tipped out of bounds by Dalbert. Good defensive play by the Rebels.
Sure was.
Baggett inbound for the Camels. Gives to Neal. Neal back to Baggett. Back to Neal. Neal puts up a 3. He scores it. Blake Neal did not hesitate at all. He's got a big night going here. 11 points. Dalbert with the basketball. Inside to Thornton. Over to Harris. Harris back to Dalbert. Back to Harris. Over to Dalbert. He's going to put up a 3. Scores it. banked it off the board, but it goes down. Counts 3. His first field goal of the night. 4 points for him. 37-28. Campbell up by 9. Blake Neal with a three-pointer. No good. Air ball. Tried to get his own rebound and save it. A real good hustle that time. He just didn't get the job done. He stepped on the line, but good hustle.
Sure was.
Miller inbounds to Harris. Harris over to Dalbert. Dalbert back to Harris. Campbell's half-court press has really slowed the Richland Rebels up. Dalbert with the basketball. Drives the lane. Gives to Miller. Miller inside to Stafford. Stafford puts it up. It's blocked in there by Hahn. Good block. Chris Hahn is playing. Boy, he's playing up and down the floor very good. Richland steals the ball back. Harris goes and puts up a 12-footer. No good. Off the front of the rim. Thornton with a rebound. Puts it up, and he's going to be fouled. That time by number 33, Jake Tennant, his third foul. I am impressed with this freshman, Drew Thornton.
I am too.
He goes to the line to shoot 2. Strong kid.
Yes, he is. Good player now. He's going to be a fine player when he gets a little older.
First shot up, hits the back of the rim. No good. Coming in is Joe Page. Going out is Jake Tennant. Page has 2 fouls. Tennant has 3. Thornton's second shot is up. No good. Oh, bounces around and rebound that time by Harris, and he put it up and had the ball rejected in there by Chris Hahn. Boy, he's played a good game. Blake Neal inside to Hahn, off his hands. Dalbert picks the ball up for the Rebels, gives to Harris. Harris is going to give back to Dalbert. Dalbert down to Thornton. Thornton's going to drive, puts it up, scores it. Nice drive that time. Power move. All Hahn could do, because he couldn't get there fast enough, was watch him or foul him, and he just watched him. Good, smart move that time by Chris Hahn. Down in the corner to Baggett. Out to Neal. Cross to Hayden. Hayden back to Neal. Neal's going to go in. Kicks the ball out to Hayden. Hayden's going to put up a 3. In and out. Rebound by Page. Puts it up. No good. Rebound tipped up that time by Baggett. Controlled by Thornton of the Rebels. He gives the ball to Stafford. Stafford to Dalbert. To Foster. Or to Harris, excuse me. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. 37-30. Campbell on top by 7. Miller with the basketball. For the Rebels, gives out front to Dalbert. Campbell in a zone. 2-3. Ball given to Harris. Harris thought about going inside. Brings the ball back out to Dalbert to Harris. Harris goes inside this time. Puts it up. Nice drive.
Nice move.
Nick Harris, that was a good drive that time. Kept control of the ball. We've got timeout by the Camels with a score with 4:25 to go in the third quarter. It's Campbell 37, the Richland Rebels 32. Well, CNF Auto Sales and CNF Auto Sales will finance your next auto purchase. CNF Auto accepts Visa, MasterCard, and American Express. No credit, no problem. CNF Auto does Missouri inspections. Visit the service department where Tommy Winder is the service manager. CNF Auto is located 2 miles south of Bernie. They also have a Fowler Auto Sales in Poplar Bluff at 447 East Pine Street. Call Roger Fowler today at 293-4846 at CNF Auto Sales, where you will find your next car or truck. Tommy, take it away.
Well, I was just thinking about Campbell's changed that press. They put that Hahn boy out front in a 1-2-2 with them long arms. He swatted a few away, and I'm just impressed with both teams. Both teams are playing each other hard. One team will make a run, the other team will come back. This freshman is a fine player.
Thornton, he's gonna help this ball club. And Cameron Whitaker, now he's one of the starters. He's hurt. Also, that's for Richland, and also Sam Bader for Campbell hurt. So we have a starter out for each team. Neal with the basketball, drives in, puts it off his fingertips. Ball tipped out of bounds by the Rebels. Campbell will control under their own basket. Blake Neal to inbound for the Camels. Gives to Dustin Hayden. Hayden thought about it for 3. Goes in, shoots an 8-foot jump shot off the front of the rim. Joe Page with the rebound, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Page, puts it up, scores it, and he's fouled.
Just Page strong.
Oh, he's a strong kid. Thornton just couldn't get a handle on it, and he commits the foul. That's Drew Thornton's first foul.
No Coach Fowler likes to see them boys battle those boys that way.
Coming in for the Camels is Casey Wright. Going out is Jake Tennant. Page trying to make a three-pointer out of it. Misses. Rebound that time by Miller. Richland with the basketball. Trails the Camels 39-32. Dahlberg with the ball to Thornton. Thornton gives the ball to Harris. Harris goes in, and it's going to be a charging foul. That's the third time he's charged tonight. Tommy, all 3 fouls that Nick Harris has committed have been charging fouls.
Casey Wright stood in there and took that charge.
Sure did. Foster getting ready to check back in for the Rebels. Ball down in the corner to Casey Wright. Inside to Hahn. Ball taken away with Thornton. Thornton's got the ball. He's going to go coast to coast. He puts it up. No good. Tipped up. No good by Miller. Ball goes out of bounds, and the ball will stay with the Richland Rebels.
Thornton can handle that ball, too.
He took it strong.
Sure
Nick
did.
Harris comes out with 3 fouls. Foster goes in with 3 fouls. Miller to inbound. Now Foster to inbound for the Rebels. He gives the ball to Miller out front to Dahlberg. Dahlberg with the basketball. Ball taken away that time by Joe Page. Joe Page of the Camels drives in, puts it up, scores it. Nice steal, nice move, Joe Page. He has 6 on the evening, 4 in this quarter. Dahlberg with the basketball. Gives to Foster, Foster to Stafford. Stafford drives in, puts up a running hook shot, and he's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul that time on Chris Hahn. Chris Hahn's second foul. Tommy Stafford to the line to shoot 2. 41-32. Richland needs these free throws.
Yes, we do. Yes, he does.
First one up, scores it.
Campbell's got some good play from their bench tonight.
They
boys
have.
come in and played well.
Weeks in for Hahn. Yeah, they've Coach Fowler's let them in and out.
Sure is.
And you can tell they're rested when they come off the floor. Second one short, rebounded by Thornton. Thornton goes back up and gives the ball back. What a nice pass that time to Stafford. Stafford came around, and after missing the free throw, ball fed back to him, scores it. 41-35. Ball to Neal. Neal, ball tipped around that time, almost taken away. Hayden saved the ball. He has it, gives it back to Neal. Neal down in the corner to Wright. Wright drives the baseline, loses the handle on it. Ball's almost taken away in there by Foster as he falls out of bounds with it. Campbell will retain possession. Coming into the game for the Camels is Jordan Baggett. Going out is Dustin Hayden. Wright to inbound. He gives the ball to Neal. Neal to Wright. Wright goes up. No good. Rebound fault. Wright has it. He's going to go back up with it. And we've got a jump ball. He went right back up into Foster's hands.
Yeah, he did.
And alternate possession, the ball turns over to the Richland Rebels. Miller, we're inbound with 2 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. Score is 41-35. Campbell on top by 6. Foster with the ball to Dahlberg. Back to Foster. He's going to drive, and Casey Wright's going to be charged with the foul that time. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the right time.
That's right. Casey Wright's a scrapper.
Yes, he is. He gets in there.
He sure does.
Foster to inbound for the Rebels. Gives the ball to Thornton on the wing. Out front to Miller. Miller skips it over to Dahlberg and throws it out of bounds. Threw it over his head. Turnover by the Rebels with 2:10 to go in this third period. Blake Neal with the basketball for the Camels. Down in the corner to right. Back to Neal. Inside to Weeks. He loses the handle on it, but picks it up as Joe Page, and he goes up and in, and he's going to be fouled and has a chance to make a three-point play. The foul that time is on Landon Miller. That's his third foul. Well, they called it on 30, didn't they, Tommy?
Yeah, I thought they called on the other boy, but they called
did
on
too.
30.
Foul was on Stafford.
It's 3
Page
on
with the
Stafford.
shot, scores it.
Page played a good game.
Page has had a good game. He's got 7 points on the evening. Foster with the ball to Miller. Miller down in the corner to Stafford. Stafford back out to Miller. Campbell has extended that zone defense way out there, putting a little pressure on him. Miller with the basketball to Foster. Foster for 3. No good. Rebounded by Page. What you said, Campbell's got some great minutes off their bench tonight. Baggett down in the corner to Blake Neal. He drives in, no good. Thornton with the rebound. We got a jump ball. Things getting a little rough down there on the floor.
Ref's calling them over. We're going to get this settled down. We'll get back to basketball.
Well, Tommy, basketball has gotten so aggressive anymore. I mean, and I'm not, nothing against either team or the officials. I mean, that's just the way it goes.
That's right.
Miller comes out. Harris comes in. Campbell will maintain possession under their own basket. Casey Wright the inbound for the Camels. Officials talking it over. 1:24 to go in this quarter. Baggett with the three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Thornton. Thornton with the basketball. Gives it to Dolbert. Dolbert quickly down to Stafford. Stafford with the ball. Out front to Harris. Campbell sits up in that 2-3 or 2-1-2. Just whatever you want to call it. Sometimes they fall back. Sometimes they bring that middle man up. Ball, nice pass in there to Thornton. Puts it up and in. Thornton with 11 on the evening. 50 seconds to go in this third period. 44-37. Camels on top by 7. Looks like they're going to go for one. Ball to Baggett. To Neal, to Wright. Just playing pitch and catch back and forth. Wright thought about a three. He's going to drive in, kicks the ball back out to Baggett. Baggett inside to Joe Page. Puts it up and in. Nice turnaround shot. They just took their time. Looked like they're going to go for one, but they got the four-footer. Boy, Joe Page had a good game.
Sure has.
He's got 11 on the evening. He's got 9 in this period. Foster with the ball, drives the lane, gives inside to Thornton. Thornton with a hook shot, no good. Rebound that time by Foster, puts it up, no good. We've got a foul. Foul that time on 42. Cale Weeks, that's his second. Going to the line to shoot 2 is going to be Eric Foster. First shot up and good. 46-38. 11 seconds to go in this third period. Second shot up. Off the front of the rim. Rebound that time by Thornton. He puts up a hook shot off the front of the rim. Rebound by Weeks by the Camels. That ball hung on that rim for just a minute. Coach Knight was going to try to take the ball away there on the sideline. He just happened to be standing there. Ball's thrown over, so the referee stops action. 3 seconds to go in this third period. Shot put up at the horn by Blake Neal. No good. That ends the third quarter with the Camels on top, 46-38. Is that right, Tommy? I'm having trouble seeing.
38-46 for Campbell.
Well, while we got a break in the action to start the fourth quarter, let's remind you at New Wave Communications, they have high-definition service. They'll give you $50. At New Wave, they think you've been extra good this year, and that's why they're going to give you a little something extra this holiday season. $50 when you sign up for HDTV service from your neighbors at New Wave. You can call toll-free at 800-8-NEW-WAVE. Also, D&D Trucking. D&D Trucking is located at Highway 60 and Double F, just north of Essex. Donnie and Tish Foster are the owners. D&D Trucking use end dumps and hopper bottom trailers. D&D Trucking specializing in grain, fertilizer, lime, and rock hauling. Personalized, dependable, and reliable service. That's D&D Trucking in Essex. Call them at 573-283-5550. And D&D Trucking says, happy holidays to each and every one. I want to thank Donnie and Tish Foster for coming on board. Great people, Tommy. We visited with them, and just wonderful people. Got some, Donnie was showing us these trucks. He's very proud of them. They're new trucks, and I'm going to tell you what, they're in good service and very clean operation. Stop by and see those folks. You'll be glad you did. If you need any type of hauling, give them a call because they will take care of you. Fourth quarter getting ready to start. Richland Rebels will inbounds, and Eric Foster will inbounds to Nick Harris. Campbell in a man-to-man now. Harris with the basketball. Has the ball slapped out of his hands. Ball given to Dalbert. Boy, Campbell's putting the pressure on. They're trying to double-team the ball. Dalbert with the ball. Back to Harris. Just underway in the fourth quarter. Campbell up by 8. Thornton with the basketball. Tries to get inside to Foster. Ball taken away. Blake Neal's going to drive the length of the floor. Puts it up. Ball is tipped around and foul that time with the body will be Tommy Shepard. Shepard's fourth. Going to the line to shoot 2 will be Blake Neal. Neal has 11 on the night. He had 8 in the second quarter and had a 3-pointer in the third quarter. He goes to the line to shoot 2. First shot up, no good, off the front of the rim. Coming into the game for the Richland Rebels is number 41, and we don't have him listed. And Coach told me that he'd be bringing some of the B-boys up. We apologize for that. Blake Neal's second shot up, scores it. 47-38, Campbell up by 9. Delbert had the ball, looked the other way, and Casey Wright takes it away, and what great hustle, gives it to Neal.
Hustle.
Neal puts it up, no good, tipped up by Hahn. Chris Hahn. 2 more for him tonight. We've got a jump ball. Richland right now, they've gone to sleep.
Yeah.
And they need to stay in this game. I mean, they're in the game. They're down
bet.
by 11 with 7:14 to go. Richland has asked for a timeout, and with timeout on the floor, we're going to take it back to the station for a word from Three Rivers Community College.
My name is Shane Talbert. I chose Three Rivers Community College because it's a great place to start.
At TRCC, I'm getting the same general education classes offered at a four-year college, but here they cost a lot less. Classes are small, so I can get individual attention, and the teachers are great. I'm getting a quality education at an affordable price, and I'm close to home.
TRCC, it's a great place to start.
Call 1-877-TRY-TRCC or click on www.trcc.edu.
While we still have timeout, we want to tell you that JR Shoes in Malden and Poplar Bluff has already started their pre-Christmas sale on their entire inventory of athletic shoes by Nike and New Balance. That's right, all Shocks and Impacts, Air Max 360, 180, and 290s are 20% off. JR's has a complete line of walking, running, and basketball shoes in the latest styles and colors. Over 200 pairs of Nike closeouts from infants through adults. Assorted Shocks included, now at half price. That's JR Shoes in Malden and Poplar Bluff. Tommy, this game's heated up. 7:14 to go. Campbell up by 11, 49-38. And just what we expected. We expect to be a close game, tight game, and Richland needs a takeaway here, and they need a couple quick buckets to get right back in the game. I mean, there's a long way to go.
You bet.
And with that three-point line, you know how fast things can change.
Yes, it can.
Inside to Joe Page, and he's going to be called for a foul as he's on the back of Nick Harris. Joe Page, his third foul. Tried to put the ball up off the inbounds play and just a little bit short. Having a good game, though. Joe Page coming off the bench.
Real good game.
Yeah. Nick Harris with the basketball. Well, I tell you what, Campbell is putting the pressure all over him.
They pick that ball up. Campbell's got them trapped.
That's right. They sure are. They're trapping the ball. We've got a foul on the floor that time by number 32, Jordan Baggett, his third foul. Going to line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Nick Harris. (49-38). 6:52 to go in this game. Campbell on top. Very low scoring game.
Sure is, yeah.
Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Right. Harris shot no good, but Thornton
look
high
at him
for
get
a
up.
rebound. We've got a walking call.
Campbell's used a lot of players tonight.
Yes, they have.
Sure has. I believe Fowler's used everybody on his bench.
Yeah, Richland's going to go into a man-to-man full court press, and looky there. The first thing to do is take the ball over. Thornton has it, gives it to Harris. Harris going to drive. Called a double dribble on Nick Harris. Baggett to inbound to Hahn. Hahn to Blake Neal. Neal down 2-on-1, gives the ball to Page. Page goes in, puts it up. Nice pass,
takes
give and
it to
go.
the hole tonight.
Yeah.
Some good minutes from him.
Oh, Coach Fowler talked about him the day I visited over there and said he could really help us, and I can see what he's talking about. Nick Harris that time pushed off. That's his 4th foul. All 4 fouls are charging fouls. And, boy, down on the floor, and you don't like to see this, is the young freshman, Drew Thornton. It looks like his knee, or he could have a cramp, one of the two, and I hope it's a cramp.
I hope it is too, Bill.
You sure don't. Yeah, they're looking at the calf right now. Hopefully it will be a cramp. Good defense that time by Joe Page as he got out on Nick Harris, and Harris shoved off. 4 fouls on Nick Harris. All 4 of them are charged fouls.
Yeah, I'm like you. I sure hope that's just a cramp, that young man.
Oh, I think it is, Tommy. He's
Good.
walking off, and I want to tell you, have you ever had a cramp?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Charlie Horse, we used to call him.
Yeah. You don't soon forget them.
Oh, I tell you what, I will never forget. We were doing a scrimmage game one night my senior year, and I got that, and I had heard people getting those things, and when I got it, I thought I would never get my leg straightened back out. And Coach kept saying, "Let me have the leg. I'm going to straighten out." I said, "No." I mean, they hurt.
Oh, they do. Well, those cheerleaders, both teams, done a good job tonight.
Yes, they have.
And I want to tell you, those cheerleaders, if I mispronounce any of your names, I'm sorry. That paper's hard to read, but they do a fine job.
I can give Tommy's phone number. You can call and tell him how you pronounce that name if you want me to give that out.
Yeah.
Campbell with the basketball. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this game. Chris Hahn has the ball. Looks to drive. And we're going to have a charging foul on Chris Hahn. Chris Hahn's 3rd foul. Good defense that time by the Rebels. Hahn had the ball, and he was going to take it to the hole. Good defense. 6 minutes, 11 seconds to go. 51-38. Campbell on top of 13. Their biggest lead, Tommy.
Yeah, that's right.
Richland needs a basket.
Yes, they do.
Harris with the ball. He looks inside, dribbling around out front. Takes the ball and going to lose the ball off his hands, and then tipped out of bounds by Dustin Hayden. Nice drive that time. A reverse layup that time by Tommy Stafford. Goes off the rim. Campbell with the rebound. Neal with the basketball. Gives to Baggett. Baggett with the ball, looking for someone to pass to. Gives to Hahn. Hahn gives back to Baggett. Baggett to Hayden. Hayden with the basketball is going to drive, puts it up with his left hand, scores it. We got a foul on the floor. That's Dustin Hayden's first basket. That I say Dustin Hayden, I'm sorry. That's Blake Neal with the basketball. And puts it up and in.
And boys look a lot alike. They're built a lot alike.
They are. Going to try to convert the three-point play. The foul that time on Landon Miller. It's his 3rd. Neal's free throw up and scores it.
Neal's had a nice game.
Yes, he has. 54-38. Campbell on top of the Rebels by 16 with 5 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Campbell extended that press out there.
Sure has.
Richland with the basketball. Chris Hahn couldn't stop that time.
He couldn't. They tried.
And he ran over Landon Miller. Hahn, his 4th foul. Going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Landon Miller.
You know, this Dustin Hayden from Campbell does a lot of things on the court.
Yep. Hahn comes out of the game. Going in is Weeks. Also coming out for Richland's number 41, and going in is Stafford. Landon Miller to shoot the 1-and-1. Next foul by Campbell will put Richland in the double bonus. Shot up and scored it. First points by Landon Miller tonight. Coming in for Campbell is Tennant. Going out is Baggett. Coming in for Richland. Again, we do not have a name on this, but with number 12. Going out is Foster. Foster's played a lot of hard minutes tonight.
He sure has. He sure has.
Miller's second shot up. No good. Rebounded that time with Joe Page. Page gives the ball to Tennant. Tennant and Neal. Neal at the top of the key with the ball. Campbell's trying to set up a slow-down game. I mean, they've got a big lead. They're going to practice. They're going to go for the crip shot. Tennant with the basketball, being hounded in there by Harris. Harris got to be careful with 4 fouls.
Sure is.
Ball thrown inside. Looky there. They've got it inside. The ball lost out of bounds by the Camels. As Joe Page lost his balance and actually got on the back of Blake Neal and shoved him out of bounds. So turnover on the Camels.
A lot of hustle on Page, though.
Sure. 4:42 to go in this game. 54-38. I think, Tommy, I can't see if it's 38 or 39.
39, Bill.
39. 54-39. Richland with the ball. Good drive that time, but Stafford puts it up, does not score, and he's on the floor. He is hurt. He is hurt. He's got a turned ankle, it looks like.
He does, too.
Tennant drives the length of the floor. No good. Rebound by the Rebels. Harris has it. Taken away by Joe Page, and we're going to have a foul. Foul is on Joe Page, his 4th. And again, we've got a hurt player. We've got Tommy Stafford's going to be coming out of the game with a turned ankle. Going in is going to be Chad Tilley.
Got Harris fouled out.
Nick Harris just fouled out, going to the line. I thought the foul was on Joe Page. I had Joe Page with the foul. Page will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1.
When I said a while ago about Hayden does so many things, he just knows where the ball. He's always around the ball. Plays good defense. A good player.
Sees the floor well.
Yes, he does.
Page is 1 for 2 on the evening. Puts a shot up, no good. Rebounded by Jake Tennant, and he bounced the ball out of bounds. Ball turned over to the Richland Rebels. 4:08 to go in this contest. Boy, Richland comes away from this game as banged up as Campbell was the other night against Holcomb.
That's right.
Delbert with the basketball. Gives it over to Miller. Down in the corner to Zach Kane. Back to Dalbert, back to Miller. Miller with an 8-foot jump shot, no good. Rebound that time by Tilley. Loses the ball over to Dustin Hayden. He's going to drive in, and Dalbert is going to be called for a foul. Justin Dalbert, his 3rd foul, going the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Dustin Hayden. You know, Tommy, I don't have Dustin Hayden for a point tonight, and that's unusual.
Sure is.
And this young man generally fills it up.
Yeah, he's a good shooter.
First free throw up, scores it, gets the bonus. First points tonight for Dustin Hayden. Second one up, scores it. 56-39. Double with the basketball. Campbell with a 2/3 the court press with a 2-2-1 zone. We'll have those names of those young men come Friday night for Richland.
Right.
We're going to have Richland and Bloomfield
we'll
Friday
be right
night.
back here, won't we?
Tilley with the basketball. Passes over to 12. He puts up a jump shot. They're going to call walking. Turnover on the Rebels with 3:23 to go. 56-39. Tennant inbound to Neal. Neal with the basketball for the Camels. Gives the ball to Weeks. Weeks to Hayden. Hayden out front to Tennant. Tennant over to Neal. Back to Tennant. Down to 3 minutes to go in this game. Campbell passing the ball around, looking for a layup. Looking for to work on running the clock right now. Weeks with the ball, has it batted away, puts up a shot, and he's going to be fouled that time. Foul is going to be on Zach Kane. His first. Going the line to shoot 2 is going to be Kel Weeks. First one up is good. Weeks has not scored a field goal tonight, Tommy. It's going to be his 8th free throw. Right now he's 3 for 7. Coming in for the Camels is David Morgan. Going out is Blake Neal. He had a good ball game.
Yes, he did. He sure did.
Scored 15 tonight. Weeks hits the second one. Under 3 minutes to go. Kane with the basketball to Dolbert. And off his fingertips. Morgan tries to save for the Camels, and he does. Hahn has it. He's going to go in, and we've got a foul, or got a whistle on the floor. Foul is going to be on Justin Dolbert, his fourth foul. Coming in for the Richland Rebels just after this first free throw. Hahn goes to shoot two, or he will shoot two. They're in a double bonus. Shot up, it's short. Foster in for the Rebels. Also in for the Camels will be Powers. Hahn has 20 on the night. Makes it 21. Nick Hayes in for Chris Hahn. Good ball game.
Yes, you bet. Hahn had a nice game.
Richland Rebels with the basketball. We're down to 2.5 minutes to go. Foster has the ball taken away that time by David Morgan. Morgan goes down, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound that time by the Rebels. Rebels going the other way. Going inside, puts up a nice layup. It wouldn't fall.
Oh, it wouldn't fall for
Hit
him.
him with the basketball. Game getting a little rough out there and ragged. Foul on the floor that time on Chad Tilley. That's his first foul. Going the line to shoot two for the Camels will be Jake Tenen. Tenen hasn't scored on the night, Tommy,
No, really.
according to my book.
Campbell's got a lot of scoring from other people tonight.
They have. And we'll give you that breakdown of the scoring when the game is over with. Tenen's first free throw up, no good. Richland coming in with Dustin Burdine and also C.C. Jacobs. Coming out is Foster and Miller. Jake Tenen, second shot coming. 2:07 to go in this game. Puts it up, no good. Rebound by Nick Hayes. Hayes goes up, no good. Rebound there by the Richland Rebels. Down the floor to Chad Tilley. He puts up a nice jump shot from 12 feet. Doesn't score, and Casey Wright called for the foul. His second. Going the line to shoot two for the Rebels will be Chad Tilley. Tommy, this young man races at the Malden Speedway.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. His mother and his dad races at the Malden Speedway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a racing family.
Racing family.
Yes. 1:57 to go in this game. Tilley's first free throw up, scores it.
Scores it.
Good form, good rotation on the
Sure
ball.
was.
Second shot, no good. Rebound that time by Powers of the Camels. He gives the ball to Tenen. Tenen walking the ball down the floor very slowly.
Campbell, no hurry.
No, Powers has the ball to Tenen. Tenen's going to drive in. Gives the ball inside to Nick Hayes. Nick Hayes, nice pass over that time to Morgan. Nice shot. Good
Nice.
pass that
Sure
time.
was. Sure was.
Offside cut that time by Morgan and David Morgan, and a good feed from Nick Hayes. Kane with the ball to Tilley. Tilley out front to number 12. Ball then into C.C. Jacobs. We got a foul on the floor. 1:18 to go in this game. Powers commits his, Eugene Powers commits his second foul. Going the line to shoot two shots will be C.C. Jacobs. They're in the bonus. He'll be shooting two. Jacobs is a junior for the Rebels. First one up. Off the back of the rim. Second shot. Scores it. Tenen with the basketball for the Camels. Been an enjoyable game, Tommy.
Sure
I've
has.
enjoyed
Sure has.
your company and enjoyed the hospitality by the Richland Rebels, a school. Ball taken away in there by the Rebels. It's going to go to the length of the floor, puts it up, scores it. I wish we could tell you the young man's name, but a good takeaway and a good drive.
Sure was.
Tennant with the basketball. Goes in, gives under to Powers. Powers loses the handle, picks it back up, and he's going to be fouled by Zach Kane, his second foul. Kane is a senior for the Rebels, and going to the line is Eugene Powers. He's a junior. Powers has 2 on the night, and that was a field goal in the second period, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 2. 49 seconds to go in this game. Powers' first shot is up, scores it. Well, Coach Fowler, his teams always seem to shoot the free throws
Yes,
good.
they do. They sure do.
Second one up, and there we put the whammy on him. He missed it. Ball batted out of bounds by the Rebels. Campbell will maintain possession. 45 seconds to go, 62-40, right?
62-43.
43? Okay, 62-43. Again, the post has us blocked here where we can't read it. Tennant with a nice drive, puts it up, no good. Rebound that time by the Rebels. They're off and running. Stop, pops, no good. Rebound that time by Tilly. Tilly takes the ball out, gives the ball to Kane. Kane's going to put up 3, no good. Rebound that time by number 12. He puts it up, scores it. That's his second bucket of the night.
Sure it is. He came in, scored a couple.
Yep. 15 seconds to go. Tennant with the basketball. He's going to have to hurry to get across the
He sure
timeline.
is.
He just did make it. Powers with the ball. Richland looks content to just let the clock run out. Nick Hayes with the basketball, and he's going to be fouled that time by C.C. Jacobs with 1 second to go.
1 second on the clock.
Nick Hayes goes to the line to shoot 2. We're going to try to give you a quick wrap-up here of the point totals when this game is over. Campbell will go to 4-1 on the year. The Rebels will go to 1-1. Shot put up by Hayes. Does not fall. Second shot is put up. Scores it. And as the horn goes off, the end of the ball game, the final score, Tommy, is
63-45.
63-45. Camels are victorious. Good basketball game here at Richland tonight. And good sportsmanship by both teams.
Yes.
A very hard-fought game. We're going to try to get these scores figured up for you. Tommy, go ahead and talk about the game. If you want to give the rundown on the cheerleaders again or whatever, their names.
Well, the cheerleaders sure do a fine job, but I just want to say we'll be back here Friday night. Bloomfield comes to town to Richland. We'll be here broadcasting that game. And I think Campbell will host Malden Friday night. And just got a report that Malden won tonight 79-43 over Gideon.
79-43, Green Wave over Gideon. They're 4-0 on the season, winners of the 51st Oran Invitational.
And we just can't say enough about these cheerleaders. You know, Campbell always has a fine unit, and this Richland team, you know, they're all for good. And like I say, if I mispronounce any of you ladies' name, I'm sorry. You tell me, and I'll do it again Friday night, and I'll make amends. But we saw a very good game here tonight. It was closer than what the final score showed. Richland just kind of run out of gas, I think. Campbell used a lot of players tonight and got a lot of scoring and good defense from their bench. And Chris Hahn had a fine game. And I know Coach is proud of him. And some of the other players had good games. And Campbell's a good, solid little team. They'll get after you on defense. But this Richland Rebel team is going to deal some people some fists. They're going to win some ball games. So it's going to be fun. They're a fun team to watch. As Bill said, we get good hospitality up here, and people at Richland are always good fans, and we just enjoy coming up here doing the ball games. And we'll be back, as we say, Friday night to bring when the Bloomfield Wildcats come to town, and that should be a good game. Bloomfield's got a nice team. Richland got a nice team. I look forward to it. And it's basketball on the boot hill. It's just fun to watch. I love high school basketball, and as we always say, get out and support these schools. these kids, whatever they're doing in school, if it's basketball, beta, whatever they're doing, if you don't get out, if you see them out in town, tell them you appreciate what they do and appreciate them being fine sports.
Tommy, well said. Let's go over the points right quick for the Campbell Camels. Eugene Powers with 3 points. Dustin Hayden with 2. Nick Hayes with 1. Blake Neal with 15 points. Had a good ball game.
Sure did.
Jordan Baggett with 2. David Morgan with 2. Cale Weeks with 4. Joe Page, very strong game off the bench. 13 points. Chris Hahn, 21 points. Total of 63 for the Camels. For the Richland Rebels, C.C. Jacobs with 1. Nick Harris with 8. Chad Tilley with 1. Justin Dalbert with 4. Drew Thornton with 11. Tommy Stafford had a good game with 14. Eric Foster with 1. Landon Miller with 1. And number 12 with 4. And I apologize, we do not have his name. We'll try to get that for you from Friday night when we're back with the Bloomfield Wildcats and Richland Rebels from right here in Richland School. And for a total of 45 points. We want to tell you tonight's game has been brought to you by these fine people. And if you've enjoyed watching it, tell them how much you enjoyed it. CNF Auto Sales, Fowler Auto Sales in Bernie and in Poplar Bluff. New Wave Communications, D&D Trucking right here in Essex, located at Highway 60 and Double F. Also, Three Rivers Community College, JR Shoes in Malden and Poplar Bluff, and also by Boomers Productions and Malden Night Productions. The next time you need a video made, get in touch with us by calling 281-2121, or if you're outside the Malden telephone area, you can call toll-free at 877-566-2121. Again, we want to thank Tommy Jacobs, our color man, for coming in. Want to thank Eric Hendricks for coming in and doing our camera work. Also, April Moreland helping out with the stats tonight. I'm Bill Hampton. Put those seatbelts on out there the next time because we want to see you back with us. Don't forget, live today, learn from yesterday, and look forward to tomorrow. Hi, I'm Bill Hampton, anchorman for Channel 21. Are you ready for some high school basketball?
Hi, I'm Tommy Jacobs. We'll be bringing you 50 high school basketball games this season on Channel 21.
Channel 21 is proud to bring you all 26 games from this year's 50th annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament.
Plus 3 championship games and 21 regular season games from our viewing schools of Richland, Bloomfield, Dexter, Bernie, Malden, and Campbell.
I don't know that much about high school basketball, but I'll guarantee you one thing. It's going to be fun on 21.